and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, we found the curse stone for the, I forget what it's actually called, but it's the mermaid curse where they turn into curse of forsaken fish. Yep. And then we found out that Hayase, one of the 3 mermaids on Taishima, was captured by humans and tortured by them, and so that's what brought about the curse of the forsaken fish. It was inside like a little box at the bottom of the sea, and that was our treasure hunt that we found. So Avi found his treasure, and now he's a curse bearer. So fire. Fire stuff for Avi right now. And we also met what was his face? Kipe Ikoma. Yup, Mr. Hottie Hot Kipe Ikoma. And we told him about everything. Let's see, am I missing anything of what happened last time? I think it was just the treasure hunt because I was stupid. Because it took me a while. The map took me a while. Because I remember the game was like, you should like shed some light. You should like shed some light on the subject or something. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Little did I know is that they wanted me to hold the map up to the light on the window. Little did my dummy ass know. So we ended our investigation. I think we should do this one next, and then Kamishima investigation, and then back to them. That's what I want to do. I think we should do that. I am a little eepy, like I said, so I don't think my Avi will be too good today, but we'll see. Let me know if everything sounds okay.
Hello again. On our bottoms back on the scene. Allow me to summarize. As expected, Ikoma contacted us today.
Oh yeah, they're gonna meet the contact that they have on Taishima.
Telling us we'd have to wait a little longer before we could meet the descendant. Thus, figuring he had no intention of letting us meet her anyway, we decided to use Ceci's ability to go looking for the descendant ourselves.
Thanks, Avi. To the camera. Who exactly are you talking to?
I'm merely setting the scene. Really feels like it raises the stakes, no? Makes it feel more like a thrilling adventure.
He's talking to us. Avi is talking to us, actually. Sure, you got me all worked up. But I'm trying to concentrate, so could you please stop distracting me?
Oh, right. Sorry.
I didn't realize she had these little cutouts on her shoulders. Anything behind me? Any stickies around? I've been really forgetting about the stickies. Ooh.
She seems focused. Best not to interrupt her for now.
Let's think.
Cersei is using her dowsing ability to search for the descendant right now. What's that? Doesn't her dowsing only let us look for spiritual energy? And on top of that, doesn't she have to be familiar with the energy she's looking for? That's right, I was thinking the same thing. However, Cersei was perfectly prepared. Before parting with Ikoma yesterday, she asked him to hand the iron box to the descendant when he paid her a visit. She said the descendant ought to have it since it is so deeply connected to Taishima's history. Ikoma agreed on the matter and would apparently go through with it, assuming he did hand it over. Then the iron box with its massive amount of spiritual energy has fallen right into the lap of our target. Now Cersei just has to use her dowsing to locate the box. At least that's the plan.
Oh boy, okay. Is it doing it again? Oh. That's so weird. It always does this 9 minutes in? Because it did... Well... I was like 5 minutes in. That's so weird. Oh, man. Oh, I think we're back now. Man.
However, her dowsing range is limited. With the spiritual energy the iron box possesses, its range is probably just 2 to 3 kilometers, so we had to narrow down the target area somewhat before starting our search. So, any idea where we might start looking for the descendant?
I think... Mr. Ikama said something about visiting her several times before she finally agreed to talk, didn't he?
He did, which would mean that
She doesn't live far away?
she must live close enough for him to have paid her frequent visits.
Yes, exactly. So, I think it'd be best to start by searching the towns in Toba.
I see. There are quite a few towns in the area, right?
About that, when we parted yesterday, Mr. Ikama mentioned something else that stuck with me. When you asked to meet the descendant, he said he'd probably drop by later anyway, since he also had to handle the matter with Miss Suma.
All right, he did say that. So basically,
Now, I don't know if the descendant, like, knew Suma. I don't know about that, but I think lived close to Suma.
he said he would like he said it like he would drop by while he was in the area. They likely lived close to one another.
Yes, I was thinking the same. Those towns with many armor divers are top candidates. So that... Oh, no, not me.
So that means we should probably start by searching all the towns in Toba that are home to a lot of armor divers.
That's right. We can make our way up by searching along the coast for starters.
It'd be nice if we'd at least learn the descendant's name.
We might have a lead on that. Think of your research into the past of this place.
Right, I believe the name was...
I think... That I did it! Yay! I knew it!
Tomikawa. That's what Taishima's survivor was called. If there are any descendants, they may still bear the same name.
That's right. It's another clue we can follow.
Yay! I'm smart!
And so we ended up spending the morning traveling along the coast from one fishing town to another. This is the 4th town we searched so far. It's about time we actually find something.
Yay! I'm smart, Cersei.
So, Cersei, what's the situation?
Want to give it a try?
Really? Will it still work if it's me?
I'll still be holding the pendulum, but you can see for yourself if you like.
Color me intrigued. I'm in.
Oh boy.
Right, just like this. I'll hold the pendulum. Direct me to move in different directions to see where it reacts. Ooh.
Very well, bring it on.
Oh my god.
Ooh. The pendulum won't respond right away, so the trick is to point it in one direction and wait a while. Once you find the spot where it reacts the strongest, just shout that you figured it out.
Got it. When it comes to yelling, I'm your guy.
Yeah, I know you are. Okay. Woo. Well, over here. What about up here? What if we point it towards Kamishima? Yeah? I can't tell if it's reacting strongly or not. They said point it at a certain place and wait a while, right? If it reacts strongly, doesn't mean that like it it moves back and forth fast. Okay. Well, it's definitely moving slower here. It's moving pretty fast here. Maybe.
There, right here.
No? Oh. Might be hard to notice. Okay. I don't know. I feel like pointing it towards the big scary cloud of death and destruction. Maybe in the water? I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, whoa, whoa, hey. I found it.
There, right there.
What? Should be much stronger than that. Oh. Oh, no, we lost it. Oh. Oh, no, it's going away. It's going away. Oh, whoa.
You got it!
So that means it's somewhere up there.
Well, it may still be a bit farther out, but at least we figured out what direction to go.
I knew it was about time we hit the right spot. All right, let's follow this thing and see where it leads us.
Right.
That thing was going crazy. I thought it would be more subtle.
This is it. It's the apartment furthest back on the building's ground floor.
Got it. Hello? Anybody home?
Well, you don't hesitate, huh?
We're here on behalf of Mr. Ikoma. No answer. Guess no one's home.
No, I can sense a presence.
Hello? We'd like to talk about the iron box.
Oh! What is it? Oh, shit. Dude, there she is.
You two. Avi and Cersei, is it? So you're the ones who found the iron box.
Yes, that's right.
You know, I've never talked to foreigners before. I'm so nervous. I can hardly think straight. Please, no need to be so tense, Miss Sobekawa. I promise we're both harmless and cheerful. Right.
Girl, what's up with you?
Allow me to emphasize what an honor it is to meet a descendant of Taishima.
Who's to say it's even true?
I suppose your family must have lived in this town for generations?
Nah, I moved here a couple years back.
Oh, why's that?
That's got nothing to do with the two of you.
Ah, fair enough. Then if you don't mind me asking, do you have any other family or relatives, Miss Sobekawa?
Why?
Apologies, I was merely wondering if there are any other descendants.
Dunno. But I'm probably the only one left. That too will come to an end soon, though.
Oh? What do you mean by that?
No more than what I said. Girl, what the fuck do you know?
So, do you live here by yourself, Miss Sobekawa?
That's right. Where exactly did you come across the iron box?
I followed this map that was in my family's possession. Supposedly it was left behind by the Onmyoji who sealed away the curse of Taishima.
A map, you say?
It led us to the iron box. It must have been resting at the bottom of Ise Bay. Since it's such a valuable artifact deeply connected to Taishima's lost history, we felt we absolutely had to tell you about it, Miss Oikawa.
Oh yeah.
If I may say so, I noticed your interest in the iron box. Could it be that you already knew of its existence?
I didn't know it was a box, but I'd been told something still remained of the island.
That makes sense.
Speaking of that box, I don't suppose there is something inside?
Yes, inside was a record detailing how Taishima was destroyed, along with information on the curse of the raging waves.
A record?
Oh, allow me to fill you in on the details. And that sums it up. Such a horrid mad, wouldn't you say? Massacring the people of Taishima because she wanted to find a mermaid that bad. The grudges left behind by the events coalesced into two separate curses, and ultimately, Taishima was destroyed along with everything else. I'm sure it must be excruciating to hear the tale of how your ancestors' home was destroyed. But I believe this story should be passed down so people can learn of Taishima's true history. Wouldn't you agree?
And all that was recorded in the box? What do you know? Oh, okay.
No, we'd better wait before approaching this topic. She realizes that we're after the Tamatabako. It'll only make her more cautious. By the way, you may consider this the curious whims of a fantasy author, but would you be able to elucidate me on some of the stories that have been passed down in your family?
Now I get it. You also came here because you want to ask about mermaids, eh?
You got me. Alright, you got me, it's true. But can you blame me? As a fantasy author, it is my blood. If mermaids truly do exist, then I must sate my curiosity.
I knew it. Whatever your motives, you're not getting the Tamatabako. I'm not falling for one of Ikoma's schemes. Ikoma's schemes?
Ugh.
I'm not gonna share the family's legends of Taishima with just anyone.
Damn it.
I'm so glad we got a chance to talk to her.
She was more willing to meet us than expected. That iron box proved more useful than I thought. Nice work, Cersei. I'll treat you more onigiri senbei later. Did you just say that Ikoma is after the Tamatabako?
Oh? So you didn't know? Well, he is. That's exactly why I hid it somewhere no one will ever find it.
I see. It must be very precious to you then. Well, I'm relieved that iron box found its way to you then.
So, was there a curse stone inside the iron box?
A curse what?
Don't play dumb. There must have been one.
Well...
I mean, I don't see a reason why we should lie to her.
So you already knew about it. There was indeed a cursed stone inside.
That's what I thought. Then how about a trade? You two want the Tamatabako, don't you?
Oh? A trade?
Ooh. What does Ikopo want the Tamatabako for? Hold on. I have to refresh myself on what the Tamatabako actually is. Oh, that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so you can get immortality from this box basically. But why does Mr. Ikoma want it?
Oh, I didn't think we'd be going this far out. Certainly shook me when he said we had to take a boat all of a sudden. To think the Tomatebaka would be hidden at sea. What an incredible plot twist. My apologies. I guess that's just the writer in me coming through. This is all too thrilling.
You sure can talk.
Believe it or not, I'm actually holding back. I can actually go on and on at great length once I get started.
That wasn't praise. There's nowhere to run on an island. No matter where you go, someone's always near. It's always too loud, grating on the ears. The sea, though, once you get this far out, it's nice and quiet. Nothing but the sound of the waves. No talking, irritating folk, or commotion. Only fish swimming without a sound. This is fine. Stop the boat. Hey! I'm scared we're gonna die.
So will you tell me what you want to trade for the Tomatebako now?
You got the Forsaken Fish curse stone with you, right?
Sure do. Have a good look. The Forsaken Fish curse stone.
Looks like the real deal, all right.
You want to trade the stone for the Tomatebako, right? I figured as much. Well, I'm fine with those terms. Let's do it.
No, that ain't it.
Oh, that ain't it.
I'ma look for the butterfly Shikigami.
Whoa! It's one of Cersei's abilities. Shikigami. Someone's name is written on a piece of paper. She can make that paper fly towards that person. Great for delivering messages or tracking down someone. It's pretty smooth the first time I saw it, but I've gotten used to it. Okay, fine. I did just go, whoa, but not because I was actually surprised at anything.
Is something wrong?
It's nothing. Don't mind me. Wonder if something happened to Cersei. I'd better read the note. Let's take a look.
Ran into 2 suspicious people looking for Miss Sumikawa. I drove them off for now, but be careful.
Seems like something happened on Cersei's end. I'd better stay alert just in case. But I don't think I'll mention this to Miss Sumikawa. It'll only shake her up.
Hey, you see any stickers around, girl? No? Okay. You know, I once had a sister. Oh, this is not her? That's not Mare? Oh, shit! Her name was Mare Sumikawa.
You say you had a sister. Does that mean?
Yes, she's gone. Died in an accident at sea about 5 years ago.
I see. My condolences. There actually was another descendant.
You folks seem to be planting your hopes on me just because I'm one of the descendants. But the one who actually inherited our duty wasn't me. It was my sister.
Your duty?
That's right. The duty of the Taishima bloodline. It's been passed down in our family for generations. Even more, our generation would be the only one to handle the 400th year since the disaster. My grandpa always said that was particularly important.
So there was a duty Taishima's descendants were meant to perform after 400 years.
But I was young back then. I still had dreams of my own. I wanted to part in some annoying duty. Or no part in some annoying duty. So I ran away from home the first chance I got. I pushed all that responsibility onto my sister. But I know I should have helped her.
I see. So that's why your sister was the one who inherited that duty. This duty you mentioned, was it to break what remains of the curse of the raging waves?
I suppose they were connected, but lifting the curse would have been a step along the road, but it wasn't the goal.
Oh, really? Then what was it?
Well, it was to return the mermaid that was left behind in Issei Bay to Ryugu. That was the real duty of the Taishima bloodline.
Return a mermaid? So it's true! There really was a mermaid stuck in Issei Bay because she couldn't return to Ryugu!
That's right. Her name was Sobae. Oh!
Oh, she's come up in our research. So she was real after all.
You see, my sister that took on the family duty. It seems like she actually met Sobae herself.
She got to meet the mermaid?
After leaving my hometown and making a living as an alma diver, I'd all but forgotten about the duty I'd left behind. I had no idea what our duty actually entailed. When I finally learned the truth, I was crushed by regret.
Regret? Why?
You know, ever since I was a little girl, I'd always been fascinated by mermaids.
Understandable.
I read The Little Mermaid so many times, the pages of the book had started to wear away. I would see them in my dreams over and over. Back then, I wanted nothing more than to become a mermaid. It's what led me to become an alma diver in the first place. But the true nature of the family duty is only revealed to the one who inherits it.
I see. What bitter irony. But couldn't you meet the mermaid after you learned the truth?
My sister took pity on me and attempted to call her to meet me once in secret. My sister Mare even shared some of the things the mermaid had told her. But you know, Sobae was a cautious mermaid who never truly opened her heart to anyone but my sister. Me, on the other hand, she avoided. I was never even allowed as much as a glimpse.
Quite the bitter outcome.
Mare and the mermaid had grown close as friends. They trusted each other. They were inseparable. But she never once showed herself to anyone other than my sister, not even to a close relative like myself.
So she hid herself away for 400 years. Was such caution really necessary? Your sister must have been an incredible person to earn the mermaid's trust. Though I can only imagine how hard it must have been to be rejected by an existence you so deeply admired and longed to meet.
Mare moved to Kamishima to be closer to Ryugu, all for the mermaid's sake. Then one day, she got married and changed her name to Mare Minakuchi. She seemed so happy.
And she got married on Kamishima.
I was so jealous. I couldn't think straight, and ended up lashing out pretty badly. In an attempt to destroy my sister's relationship with the mermaid, I grabbed her family heirloom and ran off.
Ah, the infamous Tomatobako, yes.
Yeah, the mermaid was supposed to take it back to Ryugu, so our family had carefully kept it for centuries. And so the years went by. Then 5 years ago, I heard that Mare had died in an accident. That's why I came back to Toba. I thought that maybe this meant the duty would be passed on to me.
Of course.
But by then our parents and all our relatives had already passed away. There was no one left who knew about our duty. There was nothing I could do. I didn't know a thing. Not where the mermaid was, nor how to call her. I had given up. But while I was digging around, that man Ikoma found out I was a descendant of Taishima. You see, I was struggling to get by. I'd sold the information my sister had told me about the mermaid. Back then, I was making a living by giving folks a glimpse of the Tomatobako for a ridiculous price.
And that brings us to the present, I suppose. In other words, since your sister died in that accident, your family's duty was never fulfilled. And now you want us to go find the mermaid for you.
That ain't it.
Dang.
I guess it must have been about 3 months ago. I was wandering the coast alone when the mermaid Sobae appeared before me.
Oh, you finally got to meet her!
She told me this. The seal on Ryugu's gateway has been lifted. So I will be returning. Your sister has done a great deal for me. I now ask you to return the Tamatobako.
Wait, what? The seal was lifted. Well, that's perhaps why the Curse of the Raging Waves became active again. So what about the Tamatobako? Did you return it to the mermaid?
I was so overcome with emotion and excitement. I told her, I've hidden the relic. If you want it back, take me to Ryukyu.
You said what?
Not being able to fulfill my duty had been weighing heavy on my heart. But in that moment, the pain was gone. On top of that, I figured the mermaid had come to fetch me. Being able to visit the land of the mermaids, there'd be no greater happiness than that. But Sobai simply told me it wasn't possible, and that she'd forfeit the relic. And with that, she was gone.
Oh. So the mermaid has already returned to Ryu, then?
Ever since then, all I felt is despair and regret. I'm completely empty inside. There's nothing left. My family's duty has been fulfilled. That's what I meant when I said it was all over.
But then, the Tamatobako still exists, doesn't it?
Sure does, but... even with such a fancy name, in the end it's just a grimy old box. I opened it once. I was hoping there'd be some elixir of eternal youth inside or something, but it was completely empty.
I see. Even so, I'd still like to trade for it.
Are you sure? I don't see why, but whatever. It's not like anything matters anymore. I'm just sick and tired of it all.
Ah.
In the end, I never really did figure out what the Tamatobako really was. The mermaid forfeited it just like that, so maybe it never had any meaning to begin with.
So, what do you want in return?
I want to do whatever it takes to become a mermaid. Girl, that's not the... Girl! That's not the right way. No!
Miss Sumikawa, don't tell me. You want to use the curse stone?
Simply returning to the sea. That's my only wish.
No, listen, there is nothing even remotely beautiful about the curse of the Forsaken Fish. All it will do is turn you into a somewhat twisted half-fish monster. Nothing but a grotesque imitation of a mermaid.
I know. That's fine with me. This curse is the essence of that mermaid's power. I am ready to offer up my life to her. Damn, girl, you cray-cray!
But...
whatever you do, I'll just be drowning myself anyway. So you won't be dirtying your hands. All you have to do is use the curse. My wish will be granted, and you would be doing me a kindness. That's all there is to it.
just hold on a minute, okay? This is just...
That Tamatobako is hidden beneath the floorboards of my house. Please, do this for me.
Sumikawa, wait! Ah. She's already gone. Will she come back up if I just waited long enough?
No!
Damn it, what now? What do I do? Should I grant her last wish? Surely no worse than helplessly standing about as she drowns herself. Right, she was serious about this. She'd been dreaming about mermaids ever since she was little. I know exactly how that feels. It may be a curse, but still, I will honor her wishes by unleashing the mermaid's power. So if she wanted to go, I might be the only one who understands her Sumikawa's feelings.
Ah, no! Damn, what a way to go. Oh, good. Okay. Azusa. Damn. Her form writhing in the agony brought on by her sudden transformation bore no resemblance to the mermaid she had once so admired as a child, yet it is said that the expression on her face when her body was discovered a day later in Futamigaura seemed somehow content. And that's the body that they saw. Okay. Alright. We found it. We're there. We're in it. Oh god. After that...
We managed to quietly retrieve the Tomatebaka from beneath the floor in Miss Simakawa's house. All that was left to secure the dream of immortality was to obtain a mermaid flesh. Since Sobae had already returned to Ryugu, we placed our hopes on the last remaining mermaid, Nagame. But we had to act fast, otherwise Ikoma, even those Paranormal Affairs Bureau psychics, would get in our way. It might have been the after effects of using the curse, but I got sick the next day and had to spend a full day bedridden at the inn. How pathetic. That's when I heard news that the 2 female divers had gone missing near Toba. The fact that I'd even been involved in those incidents made me feel even worse. When Cersei heard the news, she just mumbled something with an unreadable expression on her face. I had no choice. There was simply no other way. Or at least that's what I kept telling myself as I struggled to get out of bed. The next day, August 7th, we set out to gather more information on Nagame, League of the Mermaids. Traveled to Kamishima, the island where Mare Tomakawa, or rather, Mare Minakuchi used to live.
Well, there you go. Damn. All right. Okay. Let's go. Let's go to Yumiko because I need some more variety. Okay, let's go back to our paranormal investigation duo. The Wakamura residence is just up the slope after you head through that alley. It's a bit of a maze, though. Want me to show you?
So it was that way.
Ooh!
Thank you. We should be fine by ourselves, I think.
Got it. Take care, then.
Ma'am? Oh, ma'am. Is something the matter? No, it's nothing. I'll tell you later.
In red, huh? That's interesting.
Oh, let me get this straight. You're with the police. And you expect me to warn everyone on the island that a huge storm is on its way and get them ready to face it? That's it in a nutshell. I'm so glad you understand. This about the curse of the raging waves? Way ahead of you there. I've been warning them for ages. Well now, you know about the curse. Can it be that a certain sorcerer acquaintance of yours told you about it? That's right. Unlike you phony sockets who crawl out of the woodwork every other week, my instructor's the real deal. In that case, I expect this instructor also knows how the curse can be lifted. No, hasn't got that far yet. But it's not for lack of trying. Why, you saying you know a way to break it? Unfortunately, no. You yet to determine the exact method for bringing it to an end. We are not without the means to do so. But first we require a map concealed in a mummified mermaid. Might you know of it?
Oh, they're looking for Avi's map. Oh shit.
A mummified mermaid? What are you on about? This some kind of ruse? I knew there was something fishy about you. What are you really after? Go on, out with it. I assured you we only wish to lift the curse plaguing Kamishima. Would you be prepared to assist us in our efforts? Bah! A likely story. Trying to pull one over on old Wakamura, are we? Better than you have tried. Well, how's this? I'm not telling you another word. We're done here. Understand? I don't have time to listen to this hogwash. Anyhow, I got business to attend to on the mainland, So off with you. Leave me in peace.
Well, that is a shame, but I suppose there's nothing we can do. In any case, please do contact us if you learn anything that might be of use. Damn, I love Soda's little face. Not very cooperative, is he? I don't see why he's so suspicious.
He had his hackles up from the first. Perhaps he's so accustomed to dealing with rough customers that he can't believe anyone would be sincere. However, he does seem to be as interested in breaking the curse of the raging waves as are we.
True. And this sorcerer of his must have some psychic ability, if they were able to receive the curse. Wish I'd thought to ask their name.
Oh, I think I have an idea of who it might be. It's a small world, this industry.
Oh, really?
Mr. Yamashima called them a big shot who's appeared on television, and I recognize their mark on the implements in Wakamura's room. So it must be Suigen Gamyodo.
Gamyodo? Dude.
Gamyodo? Never heard of them. Never heard of them. No, they used to make frequent appearances on occult programs, though they always hid their face on camera.
Sorry, it's not ringing any bells.
Well, lately they seem to be raking in a fortune as a corporate consultant for hire. Their powers have a reputation for being accurate and potent, and their popularity has grown to the point where they can essentially name their price.
If they're that good, maybe we should let them take care of the curse of the raging waves for us.
Perhaps I should mention, Gamyoda's popularity has reached such heights only very recently. Up until last year, they had a very poor reputation among others in the industry. In fact, as I recall, on the list of notable psychics led by the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, they were given the lowest rank. In other words, they were put on the same level as sham mediums riding the wave of the occult boom.
I'd forgotten about that list.
Well, their sudden rise to fame and fortune after changing up their business at the end of last year is certainly suspicious. I am more concerned about the possibility that they are using a harmful curse to suit the needs of the highest bidder. Regardless, I'm not sure I would trust them to handle the affair on their own.
You never know. Maybe they had a change of heart and started trading seriously.
Even so, I highly doubt they would have time in their busy schedule to venture out here and solve this case in our stead.
Oh, complete all characters' profiles. Oh, shit. Suigen Gamyodo. There's their sex, their age and gender. Alright, mystery. Oh!
Ah, you're the girl who showed us the way earlier. Good thing I caught you. Mind if we have a word?
Actually, I'd rather not.
I'm afraid you don't really have a choice. Because I already know that you're an 800-year immortal.
Oh, shit.
What are you talking about?
Don't even bother. That shocked look has already given you away. Besides, you have nothing to fear. Your secret's safe with me. Come on, let's take this somewhere more private.
Damn. So is that her ability? That'd be a very specific ability.
So, in short, when you came to, you'd been washed up on the shore of the bay. Wakamura took you in. And that's as far back as your memories go. You don't remember anything about your life before that. Not even why you became immortal.
No, except I'm pretty sure I was forced to eat mermaid flesh by someone.
But you don't know when or why.
No.
So you've only recently woken up. and you have no idea where you were or what you were doing before that.
Pretty much. I get the feeling I was in a kind of a deep sleep at the bottom of the sea for a few hundred years. But I got no clue why, or how, or what led up to it.
Interesting. Well, how about we go over the facts one by one, just to make sure we're on the same page.
Okay.
Now, am I right in thinking you don't eat mermaid flesh and go straight to sleep? You were up and about for a few years in between, at least.
I think so.
What interests me is the fact that you were already familiar with the term 800-year immortal. It is not a widely known concept. You must have been in the unique position to acquire knowledge of it before you went to sleep.
Yeah, I have a vague memory of being told that's what we're called. But I don't know when that happened or where, let alone who it was.
Maybe you'll remember in more detail if we touch on some other topics. Guess we'll just have to go by process of elimination. Work our way down the list until we get a hit.
It was at the bottom?
Dude, why?
Her vision abilities to suss out immortals?
Come to think of it, I'd say it's about time we introduced ourselves. I'll admit we don't exactly look the part, but the truth is...
Why do you have that thing on your neck?
You're with the police? Wow! I never would have guessed there was a paranormal affairs department. Honestly, I thought all psychics in this age were frauds. At least that's the impression I got from watching TV.
To be fair, the majority of them are. But for the record, our department is officially approved by the government.
Really? Huh. Back in my time, psychics were treated as onmyoji, and even held official positions in the Bureau of Onmyo, a public institution.
Oh, you seem to know a lot about that. Were you involved somehow?
Huh? Oh. I explained all that without even thinking. It just came naturally to me. Honestly, I'm as surprised as you are. I guess that means I must have had something to do with the Bureau of Onmyo.
And it seems your memories aren't lost after all. All we have to do is find a way to trigger them.
So one of the government offices under the Ritz system, existing from the Asuka period through to the early Meiji area based on the practice of Onmyodo. It generally oversaw such matters as astronomical observation, creation of calendars and management of time systems, and the divination of auspicious or harmful events. However, it is also said that it occasionally invoked powers beyond human understanding to handle banishment and cleansing of disasters and impurities. The Onmyoji affiliated with the Bureau were not merely diviners, they were also bureaucrats, albeit ones possessing advanced training in mathematics and knowledge of astronomy. In some areas, their influence was even great enough to sway the very course of the nation. Their presence in the imperial court was highly valued. Spiritual practitioners in the service of the state were also formally inducted as Onmyoji, operating under the banner of the Bureau. The current treatment of spiritual phenomena as non-existent largely stems from the abolishment of the Bureau of Onmyo during the Meiji Restoration, in line with Japan taking on the principles of science and technology as the new framework for the nation. Over time, state involvement in spiritual matters gradually came to be seen as taboo. However, psychics continue their work to maintain public order behind the scenes, passing the torch down through successive generations until the establishment of the new Police Act in the latter half of the Showa period. Thereupon, their work eventually came to form the foundation of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Wow! History! Hold on. Oh, the invasion of Taishima. My god. Okay, it just added Somakawa.
So, anyway, what are a couple of paranormal affairs officials doing on Kamishima?
Working a case, of course. What else? Our job is to resolve incidents caused by curses and paranormal phenomena, and wherever possible, prevent them from occurring. It's up to us to solve the greatest mysteries and do whatever it takes to keep the peace, which is usually a lot.
Wait, does that mean something's happened here?
You don't know, huh?
No, what?
Sounds like we better fill you in a bit first. We're working several cases right now, but I'd say only 2 of them are a priority.
2?
Mind you, we've known about the first one for quite some time. The Curse of the Raging Waves. We've come to lift it before it unleashes a huge storm on the southern sea of Kamishima.
Curse of the Raging Waves?
That's right. Ever heard of it?
No, never.
That's to be expected. I imagine that islanders aren't too fond of discussing the disaster. Anyhow, that situation is ongoing. As for the other priority case,
Right, you mentioned there were 2?
we actually only learned about this one after we arrived on the island today, but protocol dictates that we have to deal with any 800-year immortals we find.
What do you mean, deal with?
It's not all that difficult to understand. To begin with, 800-year immortals shouldn't exist in this world. And if their existence were to become public knowledge, it would lead to an outbreak of trouble of every kind. Heck, some people are already looking to gain immortality for themselves at any cost.
What?
For the sake of maintaining public order, it's vital that the world remains convinced immortality is just a myth. However... Stop her, Soto!
Oh!
Halt!
Oh yeah. Slay.
Can't you just let me go?
Calm down, will you? I hadn't finished. What I was going to say was, I've got no intention of doing anything with you, so don't worry.
Wait, really?
Surprised. But you should know better than anyone why that would be. You might be an 800-year immortal, but your time's nearly up. These eyes never lie. Sato Shiranami, for the first time in centuries, you're standing on death's door. In a matter of a few days, you'll be gone from this world. Am I right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yes, it's exactly as you say. I think I've only got 2 days left now.
Soda.
Just 2 more, huh? So you knew this was coming, but you chose to make a life for yourself on the island even so.
Yeah. I've known all along, from the moment I woke up.
Well, now you know why I'm prepared to turn a blind eye. In just 48 hours, give or take, you'll fade away, and that will be that.
How do you know that, girlie?
Of course, you would have to swear to keep your identity a secret to the last. Provided you can keep your word, you're free to go.
I can, and I will. Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. There's another matter I'll be needing your help with, if I'm to leave you be.
Another matter?
But first, before I forget,
Yes?
keep our meeting today a secret, and don't let on to anyone that you know about the Curse of the Raging Waves.
Okay.
People will get suspicious otherwise. Even if Wakamura tells you about it, be sure to act surprised. I figure that shouldn't be too difficult for you. You're an experienced secret keeper, after all.
I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. By the way, I was wondering, how did you know I was an 800-year immortal?
Oh, that. These eyes of mine have what you might call a special ability.
A special ability?
If I look hard enough at someone, I can tell whether they're an ordinary human or an immortal. It's like you have a different colored aura about you.
Really?
Not only that, but it turns out, with a bit of focus, Even immortals can tell each other apart. Is that so? Oh.
Oh, I just meant... You look the same as anyone else to me.
Ha! I'm not an immortal myself, you know.
Really? I thought for sure you must be since you seem to know so much about all this.
Huh, and they leave it just like that. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, actually, talking about the Bureau of Onmyo brought back another memory. I'm pretty sure it was an Onmyoji who put me to sleep, using some kind of spell to keep me in a state between life and death.
Really? So someone intentionally put you to sleep under the sea. There must have been a good reason for it. From what point are your memories clearest, would you say?
Well, I guess about 3 months ago when the spell keeping me in that state under the sea wore off.
From when you woke up, then. I see. I know that look. Did you notice something? Not exactly. It simply occurred to me that if her state of, shall we say, suspended animation was lifted while she was in the sea depths, would she not have drowned and resurrected several times over?
Oh, yeah, I did. It was hell. I woke up under the sea, unable to breathe, drowned and came back over and over again.
Damn.
It was horrible, and I still remember it. Every last second.
Jeez. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
The instant I came back, I'd swim as hard as I could, trying to reach the surface. But even so, I think it took me about 3 days to reach the shore.
Aww.
I lost count of how many times I died down there. And finally, I came to Kamishima Bay. Mr. Wakamoto found me and took me in. And I've been living here peacefully ever since. No one's even suspected I'm immortal.
You're sure about that, are you? No one else knows?
Huh? Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Anyhow, I guess that settles the issue of how far back your memories go.
Can I look at the... Oh. No, I can't. I just can't look at the story chart. Damn it.
If your lifespan is nearly at an end, that must mean you consumed the flesh of a mermaid exactly 800 years ago. Of course, you already knew that, didn't you? Not that you've been forthcoming about it.
Sorry,
Don't apologize. That just proves you know how to hold your tongue. A valuable skill when you've got a secret to keep. Mind you, this fact does put matters in a new light. Say, Soto, what events took place 800 years ago? Let's see. 8 centuries ago from the present day. That would place us midway through the 1180s, when the Heian period was coming to an end. Right around when the Genpei War took place. Of course! The Heike! Exactly. Don't you think there might be a connection?
The Heike!
By the way, you wouldn't happen to be concealing anything else, would you?
Huh? No,
It's fine. I'll not pry, just so long as you answer my questions.
Okay.
Right now we're looking for a way to lift the curse of the raging waves. But that's Soto's area of expertise, so I leave the explanation to him. Right. This concerns a legend passed down in my family, the Kiryu clan, over generations. Oh, I should mention, this is something I've pieced together from various sources, so it may not be entirely accurate.
right.
Long ago, south of Kamishima, there was an island called Taishima. It is said that 400 years ago, it was beset by an earthquake and a tsunami and an event so catastrophic that the island sunk to the sea floor.
Taishima.
However, the truth of the matter is that it was invaded and laid waste to. Then in the aftermath, the islanders' intense hatred coalesced into the curse of the raging waves, which manifested as a tremendous storm.
I see.
400 years ago. So this would have been toward the end of the Sengoku period, correct?
Yes, ma'am. The Honno-ji incident, in which Oda Nobunaga ended his life, took place in 1582, if you recall. Following this event, one of my ancestors, an accomplished onmyoji by the name of Harukage Tsuji Mikado.
Oh! Wait, one of his ancestors? Yeah. Dude, holy shit.
Sacrificed a young woman.
Dude, that was the guy who sacrificed. Ah!
One of the survivors of Taishima, in order to seal away the source of the curse of the raging waves.
An onmyoji. Harukage Tsuchimikado.
Wouldn't that make your ancestor a direct descendant of Abe no Senmei? Sounds to me like you share a bloodline with the onmyoji elite.
Yes and no. While Harukage's powers were potent, he was never affiliated with the Bureau of Onmyo. In fact, he shunned his illustrious surname early on and left the government service, preferring to uphold peace as a civilian.
Ah, so he was an eccentric and an elite. Gotcha.
Harukage's seal was not permanent, however. It would only endure for 4 centuries.
Wait, you mean...
Yeah, this was the last year of peace.
Oh wait, nope. This is the last year of peace. Actually, the seal's already broken.
Isn't that really bad?
For now, the curse appears to be inert. The storm could strike at any moment.
Okay, so you need to find a way to seal the curse again, is that it?
Not seal it. Break it. We're here to put an end to this curse for good. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's bound to have weakened a bit after 400 years.
Indeed, that seems to have been Harukage's plan, for legend tells that he left behind instructions detailing how the curse would be lifted after 400 years had elapsed. However, the map that would have led us to these instructions has been lost.
Oh no!
It seems they were once concealed inside a model of a mummified mermaid. Yet over time this fact was forgotten, and at some point in my family's history, the object in question was sold to a foreign buyer.
Well, there it is.
But if you don't have the map, then what are you gonna do?
Well, we were hoping to find some clue as to the map's whereabouts here on Kamishima.
But we've had no luck so far, and I reckon we've hit a dead end.
I see.
Well, looks like you guys gotta meet up at some point, huh? No, there's something I'd like you to try and remember for me.
Me? But...
Humor me. Doesn't the story behind the curse of the raging waves ring any bells?
why should it?
The girl who was sacrificed in order to seal away the curse of the raging waves 4 centuries ago. Might that not have been you, Sato Shiranami?
What?
You have said yourself that it was an onmyoji who put you in that state of deep slumber on the sea floor. Does it not seem highly probable that you were the sacrifice who has held back the curse for the past 400 years?
Oh man, you're right! That was me!
I knew it.
And this is how she figures out.
I'm sorry. I can't. No more. I can't do this anymore.
What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourself.
Is it that painful to remember? We didn't come here to ask you to sacrifice yourself again, if that's what you're worried about.
All those years under the sea can't have been easy on her, you know. She wasn't really asleep. Her brain would still have been active. Moreover, there is a limit to how many memories a human brain can hold. I would estimate the maximum capacity to be about 100 years worth. Are you saying she remembers being in that state under the sea? In a sense, I presume her memory is filled with stretches of utter darkness, her view of the sea depths. Any memories from before that time have likely been pushed deep into her subconscious.
Then maybe they're not gone for good. There's a chance to remember more. We just need to find the right trigger.
Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out on you like that. Took me a sec to get over the shock.
Well, seems my theory about you being the sacrifice is right on the money. But it doesn't look like you'll be able to tell us too much about the past after all.
Guess not. Wish I could have been more help. Oh, there's something I'd like to ask you.
Be my guest.
How exactly do you deal with 800-year immortals?
You sure you want to know?
Huh?
Since it's not going to happen to you, there's no reason for you to think about it.
I thought it would be something like taking away their immortality.
Unfortunately, that's downright impossible. Because your original body is long gone, you know.
But then, what else can you do?
You tell her, Soto.
Must I always be the one to handle these unpleasant topics? Besides, I see no point in explaining something that she is already painfully familiar with.
What do you mean?
Among the arts we psychics wield is a spell that can place even an immortal into a state of apparent death. Once that is done, they can simply be sealed in an underground vault for the rest of their days.
Wait, you mean it's the same thing that happened to me?
Essentially, yes. Except that in your case, it was for the purpose of making you a sacrifice. And you woke up before your lifespan came to an end.
Yikes!
Mind you, neither I nor Soto has ever actually done this to anyone. Though I did hear a rumor that someone was dealt with that way a few decades back. Of course, there have been 800-year immortals who sought ways to become mortal again in the past. But they all failed. Even if they managed to track down the mermaid who gave them their immortality, it was no good. That's why more than a few immortals have ended up living out their long lives in religious seclusion. You're gonna find out you're Yabakuni or some shit?
But, does this mean the seal broke because I woke up?
I cannot be certain of that. Perhaps it was the other way around. The seal may have broken of its own accord, releasing you from your slumber.
Either way, it's not your fault. Don't you go blaming yourself for any of this.
Still, if I hadn't...
Listen, your sacrifice kept the curse at bay for 4 whole centuries. That's half of your extended lifespan. No one could ask more of you than that. The rest is up to Soto. Isn't that right?
Yes, but I'm counting on your help as well, ma'am.
So, any chance you remembered something about the Curse of the Raging Waves? Did that Onmyoji Harukage Tsujimikado happen to tell you how it could be lifted?
I'm sorry. All that's come back to me is the fact that I was sacrificed. I don't remember the Onmyoji at all. What kind of person he was or anything. The most I can remember is that I can think he said something about the curse being lifted after 400 years.
That's all, huh? Well, be sure to let us know if you remember anything else that could help us break the curse.
I will.
Alright, next question. You wouldn't happen to know much about the Heike, would you?
The Heike? Why do you ask?
This actually pertains to one of the other cases we're working on, but... we've got a reason to believe that someone out there is using the Curse of the Heike to commit murder.
The Curse of the Heike?
Did you hear about those skeletal remains that turned up near here? It was all over the news.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Well, we suspect the curse of the Heike may be involved.
And seeing as you were alive 800 years ago, I was hoping you might know something about the Heike that could help us. If we're right in thinking that you had ties to the Bureau of Onmyo, the timing matches up perfectly.
I might have known once, but nothing's coming to me at the moment.
Really? Shoot. On that note, I too have noticed a potential correlation. There is a legend that tells us how Taira no Taramori was presented with the flesh of a mermaid at Betsuho. Perhaps that was the flesh Sato consumed to gain her immortality.
Actually, I'm pretty familiar with that legend myself. And those so-called mermaids that were caught at Betsuho definitely weren't the kind that could make anyone immortal.
Oh, is that so?
But if you ask me, Sato here couldn't have become immortal by eating mermaid flesh. Without the use of a relic called the Tamatabako. Now, does that ring any bells?
Huh? Wait! Mermaid flesh! In the Tamatabako!
Oh, have you remembered something?
Yes, that's it! It was one of the Heike!
Oh shit!
A man wearing a suit of armor. We were on a boat. And he had the Tamatabako. There was mermaid flesh inside it. He wanted me to eat some of it. A warrior in armor! Oh no!
Warrior in armor. Could it be?
So, sounds like you had ties to the Heike as well. And this man, he was the one who made you eat mermaid flesh.
Yes, I remember now.
What was his name? Do you remember that too?
I think it was Tomo something?
Tomo Shige?
Oh,
Tomoshige? That's it! The man's name was Taira no Tomoshige!
Taira no Tomoshige? That was the name of the one of Taira no Yorimori's sons! And Yorimori himself was the son of Taramori's official wife. So you're telling me that Taramori's grandson forced Sato to eat mermaid flesh? What do we know about this Taira no Tomoshige anyway? Not much, aside from the fact that he was part of the clan's main lineage. History has not seen fit to record his deeds, whatever they may have been.
well, he may not have been one of the clan's famous warriors, but to think, you actually knew one of the Heike. You mentioned you were in a boat. Do you recall anything else?
I think we were being chased.
I do not wonder at that. At the end of the Heian period, the Heike were being pursued by the full might of Genji's forces.
I was struck by an arrow and I fell into the sea and drowned. But by that time, I had already become immortal. Later, he must have resurrected and washed up somewhere along the coast, and I guess that's how I escaped.
What about Tomoshige? Did he eat some of the mermaid flesh too?
I'm not sure. I don't remember that part. But I don't think I encountered him again after that.
He could have.
If you'll remember, ma'am, the cursed echo I witnessed earlier held the famed blade, Nukemaru. Perhaps Tomoshige inherited the blade from Yorimori and wielded it with the intent to avenge his clan. After that, future generations would surely have held a memorial service for a warrior of renown like Yorimori, setting his spirit to rest. Tomoshige, on the other hand, is unlikely to have received the same treatment. If so, his hatred may have persisted long after his death. Creating the curse of the Heike, it is a distinct possibility.
This curse sounds terrifying.
I have to say I wasn't expecting a connection here. You know, Sato, it's starting to sound like you're involved in all the incidents that have gone down in these parts over the centuries.
Not by choice. Anyway, I get the feeling this Taira no Tomoshige isn't a very nice guy. And this curse of his sounds even nastier. Could it really still be active after all this time?
It certainly looks that way. The Heike's resentment is awfully persistent, I hear.
You don't think he could have held a grudge against me, do you?
Yeah.
Who knows? That would depend on your relationship with him back then.
Oh man.
However, it appears someone is actively wielding the curse of the Heike at present. Therefore, the targets of the curse would be decided by this individual, whoever they may be.
Another unknown, huh?
My god.
Figuring out the origin of the curse is all well and good, but it doesn't help us solve the case. We needed to track down the person who's actually using it, or it'll keep happening. Indeed.
Hope you find them soon.
Speaking of immortals, there's something else I had to ask you.
Yes?
Now, I'm not certain about this, but I get the feeling there's another 800-year immortal on Kamishima right now.
What?
Any idea who it might be?
No, I don't have a clue.
Are you sure about that? Because if there's another immortal here, I'll find them eventually, you know. Even if I have to scour the island from end to end. Does that change your answer?
No, I really don't know who it could be.
Alright, if you say so. Guess this means I'll have to search the island, after all. As if I didn't have enough to deal with. Well, I'd say that about covers everything. We've talked your ear off long enough. It must be confusing, all this talk of the past. We'll not trouble you any further.
Right. Thank you.
Still, give it a bit of time and something else might come back to you. If it does, please let us know. We'll be visiting the island again real soon, so you should have a chance.
Will do. I'll be going then.
Damn.
So, now what? She's given us much to ponder. To think we'd encounter a living witness. I'd never have dreamt it possible. Sure, it was fascinating, but I can't say it did us much good, as far as our investigation is concerned. Besides, she's still hiding something, that one. You think so, ma'am? I do. In fact, I'd bet on it. She might even be up to something. But our primary objective here is to lift the curse of the raging waves. We don't need to start digging into anything else without good reason. On that note, do you really intend to search the island for this other 800-year immortal? Yeah, I figure we might as well look into that too while we're here. Understood.
Hey! What's good?
My apologies for the interruption, but there is an important matter I wish to discuss with you. Now then, I believe you have just been privy to quite the interesting development. As Yume Koshiki would tell it, Sato Shiranami is not the only 800-year immortal here on Kamishima. And so, I would pose you a question. There is indeed one more individual on Kamishima who has made a miraculous return from the dead. We have borne witness to the death and revival of this individual a grand total of 7 times. With this in mind, allow me to ask, who is the other 800 immortal on Kamishima? Please tell me their name.
It has to be Yuza, right? Oh my god, I was right! Holy shit, it is Yuza! Damn, let's fucking go. Yuza, how did you get to be immortal, buddy? Whose flesh did you eat, bro?
Correct. The answer is Yuza Minakuchi. To think you got it in one go. You're quite the observant one.
Yes, I am.
Every time Yuza ran out of oxygen while diving, he suffocated to death in the ocean depths.
Oh, and also that too. Oh my god! That's actually like, oh my god, wait! Wait, no, holy shit, that wasn't just a mechanic. He actually fucking died 7 times. I failed the minigame 7 times. And he died every single time. I'm crying. You know what? I knew it. I knew it. This fucking game. Everything is meta.
However, following his demise, he returned to life and was able to continue where he had left off. It was this knowledge of his own immortality that led him to displaying such an uncanny degree of confidence. As you may have suspected, Yuzo Minakuchi became an 800-year immortal 5 years ago when he was saved by a mermaid. In truth, help arrived too late that fateful day, and it became the first time he lost his life. I wonder what light this new information will cast on events going forward. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale.
Thanks, King. What the heck? Oh my god. That's absolutely fucking nuts. Oh, hey, Yuza. Hey, buddy. All right. So, you're telling me you didn't revive after this? That's cray-cray. All right. Let's go back to Avi and Cersei. Because we're following the timeline, sort of. I really want to know what's happening with Yuza, though, but we'll save that for later.
Finally, after our long, arduous journey, we have arrived at the fabled island of Kamishima. Hey, are you alright? You don't look so good.
You mean you're completely fine? The whole area is literally oozing cursed energy. I didn't think it was so bad before. Is it getting stronger?
Can't you dispel curses?
Minor ones, sure, but this is on a whole nother level.
I see. It might be best we don't stay here too long then. Let's just ask around as much as we can. When you feel like you've reached your limit, make sure to tell me, okay?
Got it. I'll do my best.
Alright, let's start by asking the locals about mermaid legends first. I'd like to ask around to see if anybody knew Mare Minakuchi as well. That's the plan. Let's move.
Oh boy. Oh. 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 Okay, well that was short as fuck. Oh, something's gotta be in between these now, huh? Okay, well, use a hey. Hey, buddy. Vision of the future. Shit. Huh. Okay. Interesting.
So, what's this important thing you have to do, Yuza? Sounds like it must be a pretty big deal.
It is.
I just hope you'll believe me. Listen, and don't fly off the handle.
You're so pretty. Oh! Hey! I wasn't expecting you.
Please forgive me. Forgive the interruption. I have an important announcement to make. The moment you have been waiting for has arrived. Everything is ready for you to proceed.
Proceed what?
On August 7th, upon returning to Kamishima after his dive, Yuzo Minakuchi embarks on the fight of a lifetime. Unbeknownst to him at this precise moment in time, a slew of predicaments would await him everywhere he turned. As for this really important thing he has to do, that is of course preventing the tragedy of Kamishima from coming to pass. The advent of the 400-year-old curse of the raging waves draws nearer Kamishima with every passing moment. Even so, do try to remember that Yuza's true aims are to locate a mermaid and uncover the truth about his mother. While Yuzo Minakuchi succeeded in overcoming these challenges and fulfilling his objective task, it's entirely up to you and the actions you choose to take from this moment forth.
Oh god, everything matters now.
This concludes my announcement. I wish you good fortune.
Okay. Thanks.
What? You think Yuko is plotting to work a curse that'll cause a massacre on the island? Yes, you might find it hard to believe, but I'm sure about this. You're gonna have to give me a second to take this in. This is way heavier than I was expecting. I mean, a curse? I know I told you about the Tomikazuki and all, but how did you even find out about this? Have you got any proof? Well, I saw the future with my own 2 eyes, but I'm afraid I don't have any proof I can show you right now. You saw the future? Yuza, if this is some kind of prank, you better cut it out right now. Seriously, this shit isn't funny. If you're just fooling around, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Do you think it's easy for me to call someone I'm on friendly terms with a murderer? I couldn't say something like this unless I was dead certain.
Dead, get it?
I need you to trust me on this, Azami, before it's too late. Oh man, you're not making this easy, Yuza. I can't just... I mean... No, I understand. I won't ask you to believe me until I can present you with solid proof. Until then, I need your help. I can't just sit back and let this happen. Okay, I won't try to stop you, but I'm not doing anything drastic till I'm sure we're doing the right thing. That's all I needed to hear. Thanks, Azami. But for real, what's gotten into you, Yuza? What do you mean? I know you're headstrong and all, but this is way beyond what I'd expect from you. It's like you're a totally different person.
Woo! Well,
Come on, you're exaggerating. I'm the same old Yuza I've always been.
Yeah. What are we about to do? Oh, hey!
Huh? What are you 2 doing here? And what's with that getup, Yuza? Don't tell me you've been diving. Kikuko, do you have a minute? I heard you were heading out of the northern shore to fish in the bay today, so I came out to find you. Where'd you hear that? I only just decided that this morning. I didn't even tell anyone.
Huh. The killer?
Well, what's this all about? If you just want to talk, I can wait till after I'm done fishing. Right. This is where it all begins. This is my chance. I have to find a way to change the future. But I don't have any evidence, and I doubt I can just talk Kikuko out of this. You don't do something like that on a whim. Whatever her motives are, they must be powerful. Even if I somehow manage to get her curse stone, there's still the risk that whatever destructive impulse has hold of her would drive her to make the tragedy happen some other way. That's why my best bet of containing the situation is to try and distract her. I'm going to change the future, one step at a time. There's no rush. After all, since we came here instead of heading back to the port, things are already different.
Shit.
You've been passing Kamishimanu hand mirrors around to everyone, right? Yeah, I have. Sounds like someone keeps their ear to the ground. So, how many have you given out? Who's got one already? I don't know, I haven't kept track or anything. But if I had to guess, I reckon it'd be about 20 or so? Why though? You want one too? If so, I'll get you one later. Oh, no thanks. Don't worry about it. Suit yourself. They're pretty sweet little items, if I do say so myself. So, were you really off diving? You sure you should be doing that? If Chie finds out, she'll give you an earful, no doubt about it. Don't I know it? Seems everyone thinks I bring this island bad luck just by being here. Yuza. Well, sure, some folks might say that, but it's not as if you've done anything to deserve that kind of talk. I don't see a problem with you becoming an alma diver myself. I appreciate that. Just today, plenty of folks told me not to go diving because a storm's on its way. But when they don't talk sense, I just ignore them. And so should you. I've been wondering, are you unhappy here on the island, Kikuko? Huh? What makes you think that? I don't know. I just get the feeling you're not planning to stay here as an alma diver forever. You normally play the fool, but it turns out you're pretty sharp, Yuza. Truth is, I can't help thinking of the future. You can earn a decent living as an alma diver if you know what you're doing, but all these old rules and customs tend to get in the way. I've been trying to change them here and there, but it's no good. Everyone's too stubborn to listen. I see. No luck then, huh? Mark my words, nothing's ever gonna change around here. And just between you and me, as much as I love being surrounded by nature on this island, the culture here just isn't for me. So that's how you feel. Honestly, I'm about ready to break ties with this place. Not that anyone else needs to know that. Don't go spreading it around now.
Break ties, you say?
Frankly, I had no idea you were so interested in diving, Yuza. So, Kikuko, when you left the island, you did some kind of office work, right? Huh? That's true and all, but why are you asking? I was, wondering if you might have preferred your life back then. I mean, you must have had more opportunities to meet people and go out on dates and all that. Stop right there. As if I don't hear enough of that as it is. What's it got to do with you anyway? Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I was just wondering if you still kept in contact with anyone. Sure. A few people. Just a few. Would you say any of them had a big influence on you? Huh? Seriously, what's this all about? Oh, nothing. Really, I was just curious. Listen, working for that company wasn't exactly a huge break in my career. All I did was pour tea and answer the phone. Huh.
So, what company, huh? So, what company, huh? So, what company, huh? Huh? So, what company was that, huh?
Anyway, Yuza, did you really come all the way out here just to chat? Something like that, but I've wasted enough of your time. Thanks for hearing me out. Come on, Azami, let's go. If you're sure. See you later, Kikuko. Right, I know we just got back. But there's no time to waste. We gotta track down and collect all the Kamishimata mirrors Kikuko handed out as soon as possible. Huh? Why? If I'm right, those mirrors are actually the targets of the curse. No, wait! Seriously? Still, man. All this curse business is a bit much. Look, given what people think of me, I'd have a hard time handling this on my own. I'm going to need your help, Azami. Guess we'll have to try and convince everyone that the mirrors were defective or something. We better not let Hugo find out what we're up to. Yuza. I want to believe you, and I'd like nothing more than to help you out. But before I lift a finger, there's something I've got to know. Alright. See, I got a pretty good idea what made you change out of the blue like this. You do? When you were diving before, you came face to face with the Tomokazuki. Something happened, didn't it? You haven't been the same since then.
Is that his, like, original body? That would make a lot of sense. Because they said that the body they're in isn't their original body anymore. Yeah. Maybe.
Come to think of it, does this have anything to do with your search for a mermaid? You're right, I should have told you the full story to begin with. I've been in such a rush, I got ahead of myself. You're right, something did happen to me, and I'll tell you all about it right now if you want to hear. I'm all ears. First of all, tracking down a mermaid is still my end goal. That hasn't changed. At least something's still the same. What I'm trying to do right now started when I found out about the danger Kamishima is in, and realized I had to do something to prevent it. Are you with me so far? Sure. If I knew the island was in danger, I want to protect it too. But how did you find that out anyway? Earlier you said you saw the future. When did that happen? It was when I encountered the Tomokazuki. The moment our hands touched, everything went dark and then the future unfolded before me. Ugh, so it was kind of like a vision from the Tomokazuki? A warning? That's exactly what it felt like. A stream of images filled my mind all at once, together with a rush of understanding. It's like they were imprinted onto my memory. I don't know how it works. But I believe what I saw. I know it's going to happen here on Kamishima if I don't do something to change it. So that's what started all this, huh? Yuza, did you know there was a Tomokazuki there? Is that why you picked that spot to dive? No, it's like I told you. I was hoping to find a clue there, since that's the spot where I encountered a mermaid once before. I never would have dreamed I'd end up seeing a vision of a tragedy like that.
So, that was where you saw a mermaid during the crash, right?
For all I know, this might have nothing to do with mermaids at all. But now that I know about it, I can't just forget it, can I? Of course not. Now that I know the full story, you can count on my help too. So seeing as Kyuko is the culprit, I'm guessing we need to collect those hand mirrors to save everyone. Yeah, but she's not the only threat. There's more to this. More? There are actually 2 calamities on the horizon for Kamishima today. 2? You gotta be kidding me! The first is the massacre caused by Kikuko's curse. And the second is the curse of the raging waves, which has been brewing up a violent storm for the last 400 years. It's going to hit the island tonight. Huh? You lost me again! I can't keep up! For starters, why is all this happening on the same day? I don't know. I get the feeling it's just an unfortunate coincidence. And there would have been nothing we could do about it either. But since I've been forewarned, I have a chance to prevent it. I'll explain the rest on the way. There's no time to lose. You have to track down every last one of those mirrors.
Damn. Let's freaking go. Oh shit. Oh shit. Accepted fate. I wonder what... Oh shit. No wait, he's alone in this timeline. Because he's immortal.
It's been 1 week since the night Kamishima was struck by a tragic storm of mysterious attacks. All in all, it resulted in 16 casualties, 7 missing and 20 buildings totally or partially destroyed. A horrific calamity that caused a huge stir when news broke about what happened. The culprit responsible for the massacre is still unknown, and the investigation is still ongoing. I went diving this morning for the first time since that day. No one's taking their boats out right now, so it was just a short dive from the shore.
Ooh.
Still don't know who the culprit behind the massacre, the so-called assassin, was. The investigation is proceeding under the assumption that it was one of the people who went missing that night. But it seems like it's not making much progress. Among other things, they're having to conduct it behind closed doors so word doesn't get out that it was caused by a curse.
Oh. Hey. suspicious pair apparently came here all the way from Tokyo. It seems they have business with me, so they're currently waiting for me to finish diving. Apparently, I'm going to be taken into custody. Yeah. Many people tried to escape the island by sea that night. Most of them ended up getting caught in the storm and going missing. The culprit behind the massacre had been among them. The storm struck before we could even mourn those who were killed, left the town in tatters. Things are barely functioning right now. Everyone is somehow managing to get by on the aid we're receiving, but it's apparently going to take years to fully rebuild. Some people fled Kamishima the moment they could, citing what happened as proof of some sort of divine punishment. And most of those who stayed are already trying to put the tragedy behind them and look to the future. They managed to get back on their feet 5 years ago, so I'm sure they'll be fine this time too. Although they've been bombarded by accusations and demands for them to take responsibility, the Wakamuras have been busy doing what they can. Following news reports on the calamity, there was an uptick in unsavory rumors that Kamishima is cursed in some way. But perhaps because of the current occult craze, a bunch of people have expressed interest in visiting once all the restoration work's done. The mail order service for souvenirs that was set up to help fund recovery efforts has been flooded with orders. Oh my god. Azami and Tsukasa's bodies were found in front of the lighthouse. There's no way of knowing what happened to them now. But I'm told Azami was found collapsed on top of Tsukasa, so he tried to protect her to the very end. I wouldn't have expected anything less from him. No. The same night as the attack on Kamishima, a massive storm caused by the curse of the raging waves broke out on the sea to the south of the island. It seems the bronze mirror my mom left wasn't enough to hold back the curse itself after all. Many of those who attempted to flee the island by boat were caught in the storm and are still missing. The storm descended on Kamishima soon afterwards, and the island was swept by harsh winds and lashing rain for 3 days straight. No one was able to leave their houses, and it caused blackouts and landslides across the island. Several buildings were also completely destroyed. Everyone was made painfully aware just how fearsome the curse of the raging waves is. Combined with the horror of the massacre, the entire ordeal has left a deep scar on those who remain. There's still an eerie rumbling coming from the sea. And no one knows when another storm might strike again. Everyone here is still too on edge to take their boats out to fish, and the ferry service to the island is currently suspended as well. Naturally, no one paid me any mind when I headed out to dive today. The pair from Tokyo had apparently come to Kamishima to try and find a way to dispel the curse of the raging waves. They were extremely regretful about failing to stop the storm, and went around apologizing to everyone in its wake. It seems they're still planning to find a solution, though, and they have asked for my cooperation. I don't have much to show for my dives today. My catch has been pretty pitiful, to say the least. Looks like I really am hopeless without Azami. No. Unable to bear the tragedy that had befallen Kamishima, Sato Shiranami apparently gave himself over to the assassin and left the island with them. I don't know if whoever sent the assassin got what they wanted in the end. I'm probably never coming back. But either way, they took any chance of my seeing her again with them. Ooh. I doubt I'll ever meet her again. Interesting. After all that happened, I'm once again the only one left alive. Well, I don't know if alive is the right word. I did get my head cut off once by the curse, after all. But to be honest, I don't have it in me to care anymore. I couldn't fulfill what I set out to do, despite swearing I'd see it through. I have nothing left. It seems my fate is in the hands of that pair from Tokyo now. I don't know what they had planned for me, but wherever it is, I intend to accept it. Oh god. Oh god.
Thank you, everyone, for everything. Goodbye.
Yeah. Damn, Reach uses bad end. Oh, whoa, all the way at the start? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait a second. All the way back then?
Huh? There's someone already here? How unusual.
Whoa, you scared me. Darn, I didn't think anyone else would come here.
Oh, I take it I'm not welcome. I didn't think there would be anyone else up here either, so that makes two of us.
So, who are you?
I'm Yuza Minakuchi. I recently moved back to Kamishima.
Ah, so you're that old friend of Tsukasa's, was it?
Yep, I don't think we've spoken before. You're Sato Shiranami, right? Mr. Wakamura's relative? Nice to meet you.
Wait, how do you know who I am? That's kinda creepy.
You're pretty much the talk of the town. I'm sure almost everyone here knows who you are.
Is that so? I'd rather not stand out.
It's a small island. Word spreads quick about who comes and goes.
Sorry, but could you leave me be? I don't feel like talking to anyone.
I see. Well, I just came here to enjoy the view alone. I'll just be over here looking at the sea, so I won't be a bother. That work for you?
Fine.
You can see all the way from Isebea toward the entry sea from here. It's a great view. But that doesn't mean I want to share it with anyone. Thankfully, most of the islanders don't come up here that often, so sometimes I come here to unwind. Sato Shiranami. I hear she's a relative of Mr. Wakamura's who'll be staying with him for a while. But apparently no one's heard of her, so the island rumor mill's been working overtime since she arrived. Things have calmed down a bit now, but when she first showed up, she knew so little about how things worked that the gossip was that she was some sort of sheltered princess. That or she'd been raised by animals. Even now, she spends most of her time cooped up at the Wakamunas, so the mystery has only grown. Guess it doesn't really matter, though. Coming here always helps to clear my head. Now then, I'm back here after quitting work after just 3 months. I went to a boarding school in the mainland for high school, so it's been about 3.5 years since I actually lived on Kamishima. Nothing's changed. It's almost as if time stopped. As if time itself has stopped here. I could say that's one of the good things about living on an isolated island like this. But for me, that means it's just as uncomfortable as ever. Ever since the disaster 5 years ago, people here haven't exactly been subtle about avoiding me. Maybe it's as good a time as any to start seriously looking into my mom. The processing plant I worked at wasn't a bad place or anything, but working there didn't feel that fulfilling either. I just happened to come across it when I was looking for a job. I've never really been sure what I want to do with my life. Zami has always had a clear goal of becoming a fisherman. To be honest, I've always felt a bit jealous of that. After losing my parents in the disaster 5 years ago, people not only began to avoid me, they avoided talking about my mom as well. At some point, I honestly began to wonder if there was much point in me being alive. I've only made it this far because of my Gran and Azami. I could never forgive myself if I made the two of them sad. They're the only reason I'm still here, drifting through life. Not that there's much else I can do here. I've got to find some work here soon so they won't worry about me. If I've always been good at swimming, so I've actually been thinking about alma diving as an option. I haven't gone swimming since the disaster, but I wonder if Gran would be happy if I followed in her footsteps and became an alma diver. Maybe I'll start looking into it in secret. But I'd only be able to do it during the diving season, so I'd still have to find something else. Now that I have a better look at her, she's really tall. Maybe even taller than Azami, and he's 173 centimeters. She said she doesn't want to stand out, but that's gonna be tough at that height. I'd rather not stand that close to her, to be honest. I wonder fucking why, because you're short! I originally came back here to take care of Gran after her injury. But her condition's improved a lot recently. She can walk around by herself now and has been handling the cleaning and laundry. I wouldn't be surprised if she said she was planning to go back to diving. Kamishima women sure are made of sterner stuff. I'm still worried about her. You never know what could happen after all. Seems she's been watching a lot of TV recently, perhaps because she's had to spend a lot of time at home. She seems a bit bummed that she doesn't have anyone to talk to about her shows, though. She's been staring at the southern sea this whole time. Could it be she sees something out there? I said I wouldn't bother her. I should stop staring already. Zami was really happy to hear that I was coming back to Kamishima. He even helped make sure my return would go as smoothly as possible. I can't thank him enough. He's a true friend. On top of that, he's hardworking and kind. It's easy to see why so many people here like him. But he's involved in a bunch of stuff around the island now, so he's much busier than he used to be. Goes without saying, we can't mess around like we used to anymore. Tsukasa has also put some distance between herself and us since she started high school. I guess she's a bit self-conscious about things now. I miss hanging out with her. But maybe this is just part of growing up. Still, it's no exaggeration to say that it's all thanks to Azami that I'm able to live here like this. I won't do anything to let him down. Right then. Time to think of how to make my own way through life from now on. Sure, I have plenty of time, but I don't want to be a burden for any longer than I have to be. On the contrary, if there's some way for me to make a graceful exit and draw the curtains on it all, maybe that would be the best. Same thought's been lurking in my mind ever since that day. What's the point in living if I'm just going to cause trouble for Gran and Azami? Ah! I'm like, jeez. Fuck you, Sato!
You jumped in, now you did.
Of course you did! Anyone would be startled by someone sneaking up on them like that.
At least you admit it. I can consider that payback for before.
Anyway, did you need something?
Oh, right. I can't focus with someone else around after all, so I want you to leave.
Huh?
You leave!
No, you're the one who should leave. It's fate, an immutable law of the universe that was decided tens of thousands of years ago.
Oh, really? I was here first, though. Isn't it first come, first served? Also an immutable law of the universe?
That's true. Okay, fine, I'll leave.
Huh. You came a lot faster than I expected. Still, I kinda feel bad for chasing you off like this. So you can have this Kamishima keychain I picked up over there as well.
Pushing random stuff you picked up off the ground onto others now, eh? Still, who could have thrown such a cute keychain away? No, you didn't do anything wrong. But since you're off...
Okay. Idol acquired the keychain? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck?
I'll be on my way as promised then. Sorry for the interruption.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Hmm?
I see. So that's how it is.
Is something wrong?
Oh no, I was just thinking it must be pretty rough. Yep, pretty rough, alright. It's none of my business though.
Whoa, whoa, how am I supposed to just walk away after you say cryptic stuff like that? If no answers are forthcoming, I'll simply have to be on my way. Later.
Oh, she did know, huh? She did know that he's a... that he's an immortal, huh? What the fuck does the keychain mean? What's so special about the keychain? My god, well, maybe we'll never know. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna end there today. Thank you so much for coming. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try my best to restart Tomodachi Life. But I will be doing it, God damn it. God damn it! I will be there and I will do it. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Safe travels back from having be good people, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.